Hey YouTube, it's been a while. What we got here is a Pedersoli rolling block 4570. I'm going to do some test loads today. What we have here, these are in APP, and because the APP website for American Pioneer powder does not specify whether it's 54 grains volumetrically or 54 grains of weight. So I've got one of each. These are in Varget. You got 50 grains, 45 grains, and 40 grains. The pills that are on all these are some that I casted 405 grain lead. They actually weigh out at 396. These are in black powder, 65 grains of 2F black powder. These are in Trailboss at 13 grains, which is the top of the scale. And these are in 4064. Using 4064 IMR. It's 46 grains, I believe, but it's right in the mid-range of the load. So what we got here is Pedersoli. This is a copy of a Remington rolling block, and going by the scale on here for the tang sight, I'm going to try at 100 yards. This is the first time shooting this, so I wanted to see how it's actually going to target, and I got the plates all vertical and horizontal to be able to see for windage and elevation. This gun, I was told, won the NCOW's national championship last year by the fellow I bought it from, so it should be right on, but it's probably set at 200 yards. But I'll see what goes. And again, I don't know what powder he was using, what charge he was using. So, all right. Well, what I'm going to start with is the 4064. Okay, this is smokeless. And on a rolling block, you have to full cock the hammer, open the block, insert the round, close the block, and it's ready to fire. That's the only thing about these. There is no safety per se. You can half cock the hammer, but that's not really safe. Y'all ready? Well, I can't tell where I hit. Good old eyes are not like they used to be. But I like how that actually shoots. That's not bad. Try another one. Okay. And the bore's got a little bit of crap in it from the smokeless, but not real bad. Let's go down and see what the target looks like with those 5 rounds shot. Not too bad for 100 yards. This target here is about 14 by 18. Not too bad for elevation. We're talking about open, basically open sights. You know, there's no magnification whatsoever. And with my poor eyes, I did pretty decent. I don't think I'm going to be hitting 10-inch plates at 200 yards, but we'll have to see. But I'm just going to mark these. I'm putting a staple by them. And that was with the 4064. At least I'm on the paper. And that's without changing any elevation. Okay, these next one are in Trailboss. What I've read about these, as far as by load, is from 12 to 13 grains of Trailboss. 13 grains puts it right below the bullet where it's seated. 12 grains is a little bit, it has a little bit of airspace, but with Trailboss it's smokeless and it won't affect it. But these are set at about 13, maybe a little hotter. Velocity is supposed to be about the same as the 4064 with what they were loaded at, so it should do about the same. I'm not changing anything of the aperture sight, so we'll go from there. Quite a difference in the bang out of it. Not a whole lot of recoil. So if somebody's playing with the idea to load up something light for a kid to shoot out of a 45-70, this Trailboss might be the ticket. It's hitting the board, I don't know where, but it seems to be a lot slower than that 4064. That actually looked like it went high. The bore is a lot cleaner than using that 4064. Well, that's a benefit. Go down and see what it did on the target with that. Trailboss, for whatever reason, it's shooting extremely high, and that's even with less boom than what the 4064 did. So I'm hitting up here. I noticed one when I was shooting make a big old dust spot back here, so I must have completely missed the board. But that's the only place that it actually shot. And I was aiming for dead center down here, So we're right at about 2 feet high. And that's at 100 yards. The 4064 is probably in the best in the ballpark so far. So we'll do the rest and see what happens. Again, this is just swabbing it out after shooting at Trailboss. It's quite a bit cleaner than the 4064, but it didn't leave any residue in the barrel like that 4064 did. Okay, the next ones, we're going to do these Varget. First one is 40 grains of Varget. We'll work up from there. .45 grains. This is the max load from what the book says, 50 grains. Yeah, that kicks. That's got a little hump to it. That left about the same residue as the 4064. Let's see what those 3 shots did. Okay, what we got now, this one here, this one here. I'm not too sure about the third one, but as far as consistency, they're shooting a little bit higher. I wish I had an idea where the actual third one went. But this is with Varget. Go from there. Like I said, I got these other ones marked. I'll just jot these on here. 4064. But that's not really setting nothing in. That's just seeing what it'll actually shoot and see where it's in. Using the 4064 so far has got the best at where the sight is actually set at. Now let's see what the black powder stuff does. Varget's pretty dirty, but not really much worse than the other two. There is quite a bit of unburnt powder, so be it that I shot the hottest load last, it's probably inefficient since it's not burning all of it. So it'll probably stay below the 50 grains of the Varget if you ever shoot that out of a 24-inch barrel or 30-inch barrel, whatever it is. Okay. These two here are APP. I'm going to shoot those first. This first one is 54 grains by volume, and the other one is 54 grains by weight. So we'll do the 54 grains by volume first. Here we go. I think I flinched on that one, so. And this is the 54 grains by weight. That's got a little more oomph to it, but it's still not bad. Since I'm only shooting these two, then I'm going to go to these black powder loads. These are 65 grains of 2F GOEX. So this is real black powder. The bore ain't too bad. I'd like to talk about why it's a 4570. It's supposed to denote in the old days with the old black powder guns when 4570 cartridge was developed. It's 45 caliber bullet, which is not the same size as a 45 Colt. These are 4.56 up to 4.59 size diameter bullets, as opposed to the Colts are 4.51 to 4.53. The old ones were 4.54, but modern 45 Colt are lower than that. The actual cartridge being 4570, 70 denotes the maximum charge of 70 grains of black powder that was used in the old days. But these are set at 65. Yep. Holy black, smoke in the morning. Let me swab this out real quick and we'll go down and see where those rounds landed. Just a yell out to Wisconsin Gun Guy. Seen your video that you had put out not too long ago. Found one of your ejected 9mm. I'll get that back to you. Kind of expected the black powder to be a little more filthy, but the name of the game. Yeah, it's pretty filthy. That's the second swabbing, so. Good old black powder. It's a mess. And now everything is good and saturated, so I'll do it a couple more times when we come back down here. This should be ready to go. The real black powder. One here. And here. Not knowing, but more than likely it's from the actual black powder loads. I'm not sure about the APP. Like I said, that very first one I pulled, so I know it didn't go on target. But we got two up here and one there. Yeah, actually we got one here too. So I got 4 out of 6 out of 7, so, but I'm still not staying real consistent. This is probably the tightest group of all of them, but it's shooting 1.5 foot high. The 4064, we're in about a, probably about an 8-inch spread, and the closest being right here. It's not the worst, but again, I've never shot the gun before, so not too bad for the first time with it. Anyway, that leads up for the day, and we'll talk to you again. You got the Polish Pistolero and Sunrise Rider behind the camera. We'll talk to you later.